Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Amphianne here with a new video for you. Welcome to part 4 of What If Izuku Was Majin. I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying, sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So, we begin. Izuku grabbed All Might's hand and looked at him with a sad smile. All Might, I would be honored to be your successor, but I don't think I would be the one for it. Tears were falling down his face. All Might was confused why he didn't accept the offer. All Might gave a puzzled look at Izuku's question. Huh? All Might put his hand on Izuku's shoulder and questioned him. Why would you say that? I have seen what you can do, and believe what you have is great! Before Izuku could answer, Vami put her hand on Izuku's mouth. All Might looked towards Vami, who was in deep thought. Vami thought to herself if revealing the truth about her and Izuku, either All Might could use this information and tell everyone about it, causing trouble for her and Izuku, but if she doesn't reveal anything about them, he would be more skeptical about them. Thinking that Izuku lied to him, Vami sighed and released her hand from Izuku's mouth. Well, it's a long story, Vami stated towards All Might. I suppose that if you told Izuku your secret, I believe we should tell you ours. Ours? All Might looked at her in confusion. Vami adjusted her glasses. Her eyes changed to red, slowly walking towards All Might as her energy became darker. Izuku and All Might began to worry about her actions. Yes, but you must promise not to say a word about this to anyone, because if you do... Vami harshly stated as she pointed her finger at All Might. A pink beam shines bright in front of her face, scaring All Might and Izuku to death. Then the #1 hero won't be #1 anymore. Yes, ma'am. All Might frightenedly responded to Vami as he held his hand in front of him. Izuku grabbed her hand away from All Might, saying she should not do that to him. Vami apologized to both as she began speaking. Vami explained thoroughly to All Might her thoughts, theories, and as much information about her and Izuku's true forms and how they can pose a threat to everyone. Are you okay, Mr. Might? Vami asked the confused All Might. You can call me Toshinori, and I think, said All Might, sitting on the ground in confusion and fear. I'm sorry for pouring that much information onto you, Mr. Toshinori, Vami answered All Might. She felt Izuku nudge her side and motioned towards All Might. And I'm also sorry for threatening you. However, nothing about what we are must get out, or it will cause trouble for everyone. Yeah, that was terrifying, but I understand why you would want to keep a secret about it, Miss Vami. All Might chuckled at his comment. It's just like One for All, kind of. Keep it a secret, so nothing terrible happens. Vami nodded while Izuku looked down at the ground in shame. So, Izuku, you're saying that you're afraid that if I give you my quirk, you could lose control and become a monster? Yes, I'm sorry, All Might. Izuku kept bowing and apologizing to All Might. I understand your choice, and I respect that, All Might said as he stared at the ground. However, I need to find someone else to become my successor. Izuku and All Might stared at the ground while Vami thought to herself carefully. If All Might is looking for a successor, someone like Izuku, then probably someone from her research could be a candidate for the quirk transfer. So she tries to remember people with similar qualities to Izuku. Bakugo could work. His quirk, strength, and intelligence are unique, but his personality keeps him from becoming a top hero or a hero in general. That red and white haired boy could be a user, but it would not be the best idea since he's already dealing with issues at home. Plus, adding on top of the trouble of becoming a successor for All Might wouldn't be the best for his mental health. Vami went through multiple people until she got to someone that matched All Might's qualities to become his successor. I think I know someone that would be a great successor, Vami commented as she pulled out her phone. Izuku and All Might looked at each other in confusion as to who she was suggesting. 2 days after meeting All Might, Vami and Izuku were at the beach, meditating on the sand, while All Might was sitting on top of the fridge, shouting out words of encouragement to Mina. Come on, young Ashido! All Might cried out loud. This beach won't get cleaned while lying on the ground! I'm trying to, but I'm
dragging the fridge across the sand. Plus, you were sitting on top of it.
Mina complained as she let go of the rope and collapsed to the ground. All Might was taking pictures as he walked towards her.
Well, that's how you're going to become my successor. But first, we have to clean up this once beautiful beach, which will build up your body for you to handle my quirk.
All Might acknowledged as he laughed aloud. Then, Mina got off the ground, stretched, and asked a question.
Why not just give it to me now?
Mina asked All Might. All Might was about to reply before Vami intervened to answer Mina's question.
Because if you inherit his quirk the way you are now, then most likely your body would be torn apart from the inside out, only leaving your arms, legs, head, and body separated from each other.
Vami replied to the scared Mina while All Might nodded in agreement. Izuku snapped out of his meditation and started to get up. Vami told Izuku to keep meditating until she said he was ready to help Mina with the beach. Izuku got back into the meditated state, but still focused on the concentration. Mina mentally thought of an image of herself receiving All Might's power, throwing a punch and exploding into several pieces. She shook her head in fear to get rid of the vision of being limbless and lifeless. Vami got up and walked towards Mina, telling her what she thought about all of this.
Mina, to be honest, I didn't want to get you involved with this because Izuku worries about you the most. And I was hoping to look for someone else more capable.
Vami bluntly told Mina, who stared at the ground.
But I was surprised you immediately took the offer after explaining everything. Why did you accept the offer without hesitation?
Mina stood there, quietly remembering what happened 2 days ago. Mina was walking back home after the brief battle with her, Izuku, and the slime villain. While walking on the way home, Mina was thinking back to the villain attacking her and helping Izuku save Bakugo, and she felt helpless in that situation. She couldn't do much of anything to break her or Bakugo out of the villain. A few tears rolled down her face as she reached the doorstep. She wiped her tears away and opened the door. When Mina opened the door, she immediately saw nobody in the house. She walked inside and sat herself down the couch. Once she sat down, her phone went off. Mina looked down at her phone to see a message from Vami. The message read,
Hello, Mina. Sorry to bother you, but are you able to talk now? Yes, Aunt Vami.
Mina answered back.
No one else is in the house right now but me.
Good. Are you alone? Because there can't be anyone around you whenever I call you. Vami replied. Mina looked at the message in confusion. Why does Vami need her to be alone when she calls? Mina replied to Vami.
Yeah, I'm alone right now. Why do I have to be alone for this?
Once Mina sent her message to Vami, Vami immediately called her. Mina was hesitant to answer the call, but she had no choice. She pressed the answer button, and All Might appeared on the phone.
I am here! Greetings, young Ashido! It's All Might, the #1 hero speaking to you!
All Might said with his signature smile. Mina's mind couldn't process what she was seeing. All Might? Using Vami's phone? She must be going crazy.
All Might? Why do you have Vami's phone?
Mina questioned. All Might moved the phone to where Mina saw Izuku and Vami waving at her. All Might was about to answer her, but he deformed, causing Mina to become worried.
Sorry about that. I tried to talk to you in that form, but I don't have enough time now,
All Might stated. That only left Mina even more confused than before.
What do you mean, not enough time? Why do you look like a skeleton? What's going on?
Mina questioned All Might. All Might sighed as he began to speak. All Might explained why Vami called her, and why All Might was talking to her about his current situation. He explained his search for someone to inherit his quirk, and saw how she and Izuku jumped into battle with the slime villain when no one else would even go into it. He explained how he asked Izuku, who refused his power due to reasons, and Vami suggested Mina. On the other hand, Mina was listening to every word All Might said about him and his quirk.
I know I'm asking you much, young Mina, but will you be the successor of...
All Might asked, only to be cut off mid-sentence by Mina.
Yes!
Mina immediately responded to All Might, shocking everyone on the other side of the phone.
Great! Then Vami here will give me your contact, and I'll send you the information in a few days,
All Might stated as he hung up the phone. Mina was sitting in silence, thinking about what had just happened. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN allows you to change your IP address, making it harder to track you and securing your privacy. In addition to providing safe passage through the web, you can also expand the reach of your favorite streaming services like Disney+. If you're from the United States, you won't be able to watch any of the MCU and Sony's Spider-Man movies. But by switching your location to Japan, you can access them whenever you want. Check out the link in the description to get 3 extra months when you purchase the 12-month subscription plan that costs $99.99 a year. This deal is for a limited time, and thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Mina broke out of her head and answered them with confidence in her voice.
Not only do I want to help those that need it, but I want to prove myself to everyone and even myself that I can become a hero.
I'm glad to hear.
Vami and All Might smiled.
Now then, it's time to get down to business.
All Might was holding a stack of papers titled
Aim to Pass, American Dream Plan.
Mina grabbed it, opened it up, and was shocked to see how detailed it was. Her sleeping, eating, and workout schedule was planned for the next 10 months. Mina was worried about how she must change her entire program to match their plan. Vami asked Izuku to come and listen to their plan. Before they could explain the plan, Vami said that she noticed that Izuku wasn't meditating and was focused on the conversation. Izuku looked away in shame. Vami sighed as she let All Might speak.
So, thanks to Miss Vami, she was able to get a schedule that benefits both of you, young Ashido and Midoriya.
All Might acknowledged.
With this plan, young Ashido can have a schedule that guarantees her body to at least withstand the power output of One for All by the end of the 10th month, just in time for the exams.
While Midoriya's plan will focus on controlling his hunger, able to sense energy more clearly, and allow him to grow stronger too,
Vami said.
Also, at the end of each month, I would also like to see a battle between you, so we can see how far you guys are coming along.
However, we would like to say that before anything happens, that this will be intense. Do the two of you think you're up to the challenge?
All Might questioned the two heroes in training. Izuku and Mina looked at each other with a straight look, then a smile across their face. They said confidently,
We won't let you guys down.
All Might and Vami smiled at the two. Then, they yelled at the two to begin cleaning up this beach. Now, the 10 months of hell have finally started. Every day after school, Izuku, Mina, Vami, and All Might would meet at the beach to clean or train on it. Mina would be the one to pick up the beach more than Izuku due to him concentrating on controlling his hunger and energy. They would have the same type of training, from lifting weights and running miles around the city to eating the same amount of food. And at the end of every month, Izuku and Mina would spar against each other while using their quirks to improve them. They would keep on doing this for 10 months until the exams. The only problem they had was bugs following them wherever they go. The weirdest thing was that they believed that one of them looked mechanical. Finally, after 10 months, they finished on the morning of the exam. Vami and All Might stood on the sidewalk to see a cleaned up beach, while Izuku and Mina were standing, screaming on top of the pile of trash. They were both shaken to know that they had cleaned up the assigned area, and even the places they weren't meant to clean up. Izuku and Mina fell off the trash as Vami and All Might caught them. They said they had done it as All Might and Vami smiled.
Young Mina, young Midoriya, I am astonished at what you two did. Not only did you clean up the designated area, but also the area around it.
All Might looked at the beach again in amazement.
The two of you got here, not because of us, but because you worked and helped each other out.
Vami showed them a photo of both, 10 months before they cleaned up the beach, and now look at them.
Izuku, Mina,
Vami smiled.
I'm very proud of both of you.
Now then, young Mina,
All Might said.
Eat this!
Mina and Izuku looked at the piece of hair in confusion. All Might stated that to inherit his quirk, she must eat something that has his DNA in it. Plus, both are on a limited time and must hurry if they want to make it to the entrance exam. Vami and Izuku watched the chaos between Mina eating a piece of All Might's hair. Once she swallowed the hair, Mina said that she didn't feel anything. Vami chimed in by saying that it would take time to digest in her body. All Might said they better hurry if they want to make it to UA. Izuku and Mina ran home to prepare for the exams. Vami and All Might drove off in a car. However, Neither Vami nor All Might noticed that a little bug decided to hitch a ride with them. Once Izuku and Mina could wash, dress, and eat something, they immediately ran to UA High. Finally, they could get there in time as the other students arrived. Izuku and Mina looked at the school in amazement. They were about to walk through the gates, until a familiar voice was behind them.
Get out of the damn way, raccoon eyes!
Bakugo stated as he pushed his way through them. Mina stuck out her tongue at him as Izuku chuckled. Izuku said that Bakugo was serious about this exam more than ever, that he didn't call them anything else but their eyes.
Whatever. We'll show him that we're better than him,
Mina stated, holding out her fist in front of Izuku. Izuku bumped her fist and took one step in front of them. And Izuku fell to the ground. Mina was about to grab him until another hand touched him, causing Izuku to float. Izuku and Mina looked up to see a brunette girl laughing.
Sorry about that. I saw you fall and thought you could use some help.
Izuku and Mina stood there with confused looks.
Well, I hope to see you guys later. Good luck.
The brunette waved by as Izuku and Mina stood there. They broke out of their thoughts and continued inside after a quirk presentation with President Mike about the exam and a skirmish between another boy named Tenya Ida. Izuku, Mina, Bakugo, Tenya, and the brunette girl made it to their designated exam zones. Izuku and Mina weren't on the same site, but Izuku was on the same site as the brunette girl. In a separate room, multiple pro heroes were sitting, watching multiple screens with students preparing for what was ahead.
Are you ready to see how Izuku and Mina will do?
All Might ask the person next to him. The woman next to him chuckled and adjusted her glasses.
Of course.
Vami smiled at the screen. The bug was sitting on Vami's shoulder, blown off to an area where he could see all the screens simultaneously. From the point of view of the bug, someone else was watching everyone in the room. Two people chuckled.
So, you say watching these kids will help your experiments?
A masked man questioned the older man.
Of course. Learn from the enemies and finally take them down,
The old man stated as he adjusted his weird brain cap. The man walked towards a pod that read 19 as he laughed out loud as the two other villains stared at him.
And whenever UA starts, they won't be ready for what is coming to them, especially her.
Well, I hope you're correct, Dr. Jiro.
The masked man laughed as the entrance exams began. Thank you all for indulging yourself in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few more things I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials have got you covered. Our We the Celestials My Hero Academia and Naruto What If channels retell the stories of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being that we only accept members from 16 years and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching and have a great day.